One of the biggest paradoxes that I struggled to come to terms with when I was just starting out trading and when I was on my journey to becoming profitable was the realization that you need to stop caring about trading. And when I say this, I don't mean you don't care about trading and you're not trading anymore and it's not for you and you're done. But in the sense of you need to stop caring about the outcome. You need to stop caring about whether or not your entry got hit, whether or not the market's giving you a setup. You need to stop caring if the trade plays out in your favor, and you need to stop caring about if the trade goes against you or if the market's not giving you enough setups a month. It's the reason why you may be struggling with trading is because you're caring too much. The desperation that you feel inside where you need to be profitable and you need to be so profitable quickly, and every loss is like a personal attack against you, and then every win it's like this euphoric, oh my god, I'm the best trader, nothing can go wrong, and then you oversize or you over leverage because you feel a little bit invincible, and then the market rips you and takes everything from you, and then you go through the cycle again where you're scared to lose because you care about the outcome. So it's a fine line. Like, obviously, when I say don't care about trading, don't enter in recklessly and just buy and sell wherever on the chart because you don't care about trading. But you need to not care about it in the sense of, if the market gives you a move, great. If the market doesn't give you a move, it's just as fine. Who cares? Still follow your strategy. Still wait for your entry. Still follow, the rules you've set for yourself. But whatever happens, just let it go. Just let it be. If the market wants to give you a setup, that's great. If not, that's just as great. And I think this is a very overlooked edge, because a lot of traders, they put so much weight on every single trade. They put so much weight on how they are as a trader if their entry gets missed or if it doesn't get tagged or whatever it might be. And this puts a lot of stress on you, and it makes you want to rush in and force moves and do this and do that because you attach so much emotion to it, and it's keeping you unprofitable because it's putting you in situations where if this was a demo account, or if you truly didn't care about the outcome, you wouldn't be in the situation you're in, because you wouldn't be FOMOing in, because you wouldn't care that you might have missed the move because everyone online is saying, oh my god, the market's pumping, or you wouldn't be in as much drawdown because you wouldn't care that it hit your stop loss, and you're not pulling the stop loss further and further away because you can't handle another loss and you don't want to be wrong. So it's so important to attach but detach from trading. Attach to your process, attach to your rules, attach to your system, but detach from everything else. Detach from outcome. The outcome is irrelevant. As soon as you enter into that trade, whatever happens, you have no control over the market. The only thing you should care about is when you enter, how much you enter with, how much leverage you use, and where you exit. That is it. That is all you should care about. Everything else shouldn't even bother you, because if you're going to have a long trading journey over 10, 20, 30, 40 years, like if this is something that is your goal, that you want to become a full-time trader and you want to quit your job and this is what you want to do and yada, 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 you have to learn to let go, because the market doesn't care. But the market's also not out to get you. It's arbitrary. It has no emotions. It's not good nor bad. So you putting weight on it isn't going to help you in your journey to becoming profitable. So that's why letting go and not caring is such a overlooked edge and a trait to have, because I would be the same. I would be racking my brain and I would be feeling so desperate inside to be profitable and chasing every single move because I needed to make millions overnight, because I would look at people online posting cars and posting this and posting that, and I was like, I don't want to wait. I need it right now. I have so much urgency and such a rush to get there, and it just cost me thousands of dollars, literally thousands of dollars. I would just load up my account and blow it, load up my account and blow it, because I put so much emphasis on the outcome and I cared so much about being profitable that it was causing me to be unprofitable because I couldn't let go if the trade was losing, and I couldn't be wrong, so I would take profits early because I had to be right. And as soon as I sort of had that realization that I need to stop caring about trading, that's when it still sort of clicked. There were other things, given that it's not just about not caring about trading. There are other elements to it that you need to implement as well, but letting go of the outcome is such a powerful, powerful mindset to have when it comes to being a trader, especially in such an unpredictable market where you have no control over the outcome. Well, you do in a sense have a control over the outcome, but you have no control over how the market moves. And the market is going to move exactly how it wants to move. And no one knows where it's going to go. So I just can't emphasize enough to you how important it is to let go. Stop putting so much pressure on yourself. Stop putting so much pressure on yourself to become profitable. Stop putting so much pressure on yourself because you had a losing trade. It's okay. And the moment you let go, the more easier it will be for you to enter into a position. You won't feel that sick feeling in your stomach where you're like, I might be wrong or I might be right, because all you care about is your system. All you care about is, okay, prices come to here, this is my signal to buy. This is where I'm going to set my stop loss. This is where I'm going to set my take profit. That's all you should care about. Because if you're feeling sick entering the trade, it's because you're caring about an outcome. And that's what you're attaching your worth to as a trader and as your identity. But that's completely wrong. And it's going to make you feel like this. And then it's going to flood over into, hesitation and all these other things like FOMO and revenge trading and over trading and all these things that happen to you because you're in a bit of a frenzy, because you've attached you care about the outcome rather than caring about the process. So for me, as soon as I stopped attaching the outcome and caring about the outcome and I attached to the process, I felt so much better entering and exiting trades. And I mentioned in the previous video that I just simplified my strategy. I just made it a simple support and resistance strategy, no indicators, super basic. I buy here, sell here, walk away. Whatever happens in between happens in between. And that's what trading should be. So to really focus on what's important, do nothing but focus on the process. Don't focus on the outcome. Focus on your process. If you focus on your process and you have a losing trade, that is a good trade because you followed your rules and you didn't do anything different. If you follow your process and have a winning trade, that's also a very good trade because you did nothing but follow your rules. Even though I follow the process, I still lose all the time. I had a losing trade the other day on Ethereum. I thought it was going to bounce and I entered and then it went down and then I had a loss. Does it mean I'm a bad trader? No, my level just didn't work. That's fine. I'll just wait for the next position because I'm going to take another 50, 100 trades this year, and one trade is not going to define you as a trader, and that's why you have to detach from. Try it. Just before you enter into a trade, take a deep breath and just visualize yourself entering into the trade. Not the outcome. Don't think about, I can only lose $400 on this trade, or, I don't want to lose this, or I don't want to lose that. Just focus on purely when price gets to this support level on the weekly and daily chart, I'm going to drop down into the 4-hour chart. As soon as I see a rejection wick, I'm going to enter and set my stop loss where the trade becomes invalid. That's all I think about. Whatever happens in between happens in between. That's the game of probabilistic trading. There's no certainty, there's no guarantee, and it's basically a 50-50 chance. But as long as you win more when you win and lose less when you lose, that's how you become profitable. But a key mindset shift you need to have is to stop caring. Care about the things that matter, which is your plan and your rules. That's it. Everything else is up to the markets. It's either going to work or it's not going to work. But try to shift your mindset. Focus on the things you can control, not the uncontrollable.